And we are live. How's it going, everyone? Happy Sunday Fun Day. Welcome back to our weekly live stream where we get to hang out with you guys. Read your comments in the live chat if you're tuning in real time at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jeremy usually likes to start the live off with a song.
I do?
And you were just asked a second ago what song you were going to sing tonight.
You want to do a hoedown?
Yeah, let's do a hoedown.
Jerry's down for a hoedown.
Well, 25 and 5, 35 and 5 and 45 and 5 and go 55 and 5, 55, 65 and 5 and 5. Now we're going to go 75 and 5 and 5. What if we do an auction hoedown?
Yeah.
Yeah! You got it. Well,
Take it away, Jeremy.
I thought you were going to sing this time. Well, no. We moved into a town with no one around, all to get away from the snow. Don't you know? Well, I put in a 2-inch line. Everything was fine till they tried to steal all my dough. There it was in town hall. Couldn't do math at all. Just kept calling the law. Sending emails to Worm and hoping he'd confirm that no one would know about her flaws. Now Lynette and John running their con, trying to get any money they can. Everything around them dies. Then she fake cries. They'll end up by a river in a van. Signs all over town, but now they're taken down. But everybody knows who done it. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. They're living in a shed with no permit. Now Russ was texting Don, telling him it's on. Let's give the world a show. We always wanted fame. Now we know our names. In the meetings, always vote no. Isn't that interesting that Russ and Don went to the elections commission and said, hey, we want to give our seat to Lynette? All right, well, they're all making threats. Fans are
the director.
Who's going to be the first in jail? Will it be Mary, Russ, or Don? Lynette or John? Wait, he's already been there once. Pretty sure he's got pretty good potential going back after our meetings in Ohio. Whew. Well, we just know it won't be what the Hales. Just know it won't be what the Hales. 'Cause moved into a town with no one around. Ought to get away from the snow. Notice how when we do music, it's not AI. It's the real deal. You know, we don't have to rely on technology to be creative. Well, we put in a 2-inch line. Everything was fine. Until they tried to steal all my dough.
Give it up for Jeremy.
Wow. What a week in Otter Creek.
Kind of partial week in Otter Creek.
There is so much to catch up on between Ohio court, between federal court, between civil court in Florida, and everything else that's going on. My goodness, George, where do we even begin? Fan mail. We got a huge auction: gold, silver, pearls.
Huge auction tonight. Gold. It's gonna be so much fun. So much fun. Plus, we're giving away $100, $100 gift card to one of our buyers at the end of the auction. And then since you're not here and Dee's not here, Jerry's here to help me out. So he's actually having a coin auction too soon.
Oh, really? Is he going Friday? He's Jerry, see you at the auctions. He's going to start going Friday nights instead of Thursday nights. And so we'll raid him on Friday nights, whether it's Friday or Thursday, but it's going to start being Fridays. We'll still raid him after our auctions, but we've got a killer, just an amazing gold, silver, pearls, coin, foil auction tonight is going to be incredible.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But there's so much to catch up on. My goodness. I don't even know. Where do you want to start?
Oh boy. Well, every time we've ever made a report for our crazed ex-fans for violating the Ohio CPO, Ohio seems to find them guilty. Like, Ohio actually takes it serious, and the evidence speaks for itself with pictures, screenshots, videos, and they find them guilty.
So as a matter of fact, we had a incredible meeting this week with our legal team in Ohio, which the exact same thing was echoed over and over. And there is a lot coming from Ohio, a lot. And ain't just talking Lynette and Crook. So Florida won't do anything. Ohio is.
So it just proves that they continue.
I just want to say this as well. Sorry for interrupting. Way to go, Deuce. Messaging our legal team, threatening to sue an entire legal team. When you work out of a paper towel dispenser to your side because of your habits, and way to actually upset real lawyers. That worked out real well for him.
Well, he's had numerous lawyers quit because of his behavior. So, I mean, he's definitely the problem. That's for sure. Remember, he's the one who inserted himself into this case. He found Lynette and Crook because of our YouTube videos. They didn't seek him out. Right. Lynette never once included that she looked in Boston for an attorney. It's all in the court paperwork. Nowhere in there did she mention Boston, Connecticut, Massa, none of those states. So how did she find him? Oh, that's right, because he solicited them. He solicited them. Lots of unethical behavior.
He even listed it in the federal court paperwork. I mean, that's wow. You were in the middle of a thought before I interrupted. So
now that the Ohio judge has made a decision on them to knowingly and willingly being at the town hall and not leaving immediately when they saw me pulling in, which they clearly know my vehicle. We have video evidence and police report of her telling the police, I just saw her vehicle drive by. Found guilty, but they want to claim they're innocent and they did nothing wrong. They should have left immediately. That's the part where they were wrong. That's the part where they're guilty because they chose not to leave. And that's a violation. That is a violation of the civil protection order.
Where they are legally told, number one, they've both been legally found guilty of stalking. They have protection orders against them. They have violated it numerous times. Literally every offense we have brought to Levy County Sheriff, the Ohio courts have found them guilty. Now we have a few new offenses that are coming in Ohio court, and I don't feel it's showing our cards to state that the legal team is telling the Ohio courts that they must, that now judge is going to determine they must appear in person and they must have a jail sentence for these new findings, which a ton of it, so much of it is third-party contact with these other fools. I mean, there's so much in this new hearing that is third party. I mean, there's so much. I cannot foresee this judge finally going, listen, you've been in here and been found guilty. Then you were in contempt multiple times and found guilty. Then you were in another contempt hearing and found guilty. And here we are again. It's time for jail for both of them.
I'll be shocked if any jail time is granted, to be honest. I mean, it is a possibility. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I just don't see it. But for them to be found guilty, that's definitely a win. So anyway, remember during the very first time we filed for contempt and John admitted to creating a Facebook group for What the Hales fans? And he's like, yeah, I created it, but I gave it to my buddy Chris. Yeah. And it had Otter Creek coward
OCC?
in the title too. OCC.
OCC? You mean that
Mhm.
indirect communication with the sign, the
Mhm.
indirect breaking the civil protection order that McIntyre goes, oh, yeah, hide the child. Orange County choppers, which weren't even there. How do you think Orange County choppers as an organization would feel about Crooks saying, Orange County choppers, hide the child! The Orange County choppers, hide the child! How do you think they would feel about him?
First of all, his OCC, hide the child, makes no sense. If he were to say it out loud, it would make zero sense. That now he's taking jabs at Orange County Chopper. Why would he need to hide the child if they bought the child a motorcycle? Doesn't make any sense. And they honestly think they can outsmart people with brains and the judge. So good luck trying to deny the OCC's handwritten sign that he put up on his property facing the road, knowing that you drive from the ranch to the schoolhouse every day.
Just J Hip sent $5, said, I now have a pear-headed horse face with a walnut-sized brain. As it's all Jeremy's fault. Well, Just J Hip, I think you would laugh even a whole lot more if you saw the ridiculousness of a message that was sent to us by that creator.
Who called him a horse face? Who name called him? Someone who tried to reprimand you for name calling is now name calling somebody? What? Another hypocrite?
The insanity, the unhinged, unstable insanity of these disbarred felons, freaks. For everybody out there, do you have any concept of how hard it is to be disbarred? How difficult it, I mean, you really have to screw up. And then to try and save your reputation by going, oh, you know what? I'm gonna retire. Oh, you know what? I'm going to jail for four years. Oh, you know what? I'm afraid I'm gonna get arrested in Pensacola. I mean, my goodness. Could you get any worse of a team on this what the Hales media ecosystem?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody new comes into the story, I highly recommend that they go back far enough to where Lynette and Crook knowingly and willingly ignored the cease and desist letter that was issued May of 2023. Start there. Start the timeline there.
Well, I still have a huge question. Lynette has posted publicly over and over and over again. Number one, she doesn't want John Crook in her life. Number two, that Crook has inappropriately done things with the child. Number three, that he's, we're just going to say he's a busser, okay? He's driving the bus, and she claims that he busses her. So where's the cease and desist from her against
Oh,
Crook?
wait. Well, let me add to that list. Remember when she publicly commented that he financially ARPs her?
Yes, yeah, we have those as part of tens of thousands of screenshots. Yeah.
So this is on a third-party platform called Facebook that she's posted this on, particularly on a Facebook group that she has now intentionally deleted.
Well, that's called spoilage of evidence. And she's not the only one deleting, and she's not the only one holding back discovery. You know, this is huge where this discovery is going. There are things in the new federal suit number 2, for example, the finances that are discussed. There will be a full financial audit on all of these people. We are seeking criminal charges, even though we're in federal court under civil issues. Just like you've seen in the Karen Reed trial, all of a sudden, now there is how many felon charges? 7 currently for the prosecutor. Everybody understands that intentionally there are things in the filings that are going to come out in discovery. Now, they're not going to supply it, and then they're going to have spoilage of evidence. They continue to do this, to delete, deny, delete. And so spoilage of evidence, therefore the jury then infers guilt on that part because of that. And then there will be a full audit on finances. You understand, federal government pretty frowns upon a lot of things with money, and all of these things are going to be brought up in the suit. Yes.
So back to the list of things that Lynette has alleged on Crook. When is Crook going to sue her for defamation?
Oh boy.
Or vice versa. I mean, she has said that she is she is threatened and afraid for her life with him. Like, when is she going to file an injunction on him?
Not only that, she said that his ex-wife that she keeps on the dresser. So
that's right. He was the cause of her
unalive because he bust her so much. So
that's right.
So either she's telling the truth, or Crook is too dumb to go get a cease and desist and civil protection order against her for everything she said about him. I mean, it's either true or it's defamation. So it's either true, and therefore it's not defamation, or it's false, and therefore it is defamation. Interesting.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because a lot of the things that she says is untrue.
Yeah, I definitely. Well, we have tens of thousands of screenshots, so that's part of. And my goodness, the collaboration or the conspiracy just keeps. I mean, the insanity of these fools, and complete and total fools, to continue to conspire with one another, promote one another, to comment. I mean, we have everything. We literally have everything. We have everything. And
we also have proof that all of them have contacted us first.
Yes. And they continue to harass and contact us.
Mm-hmm.
So how did we get to this point talking about Ohio? Yeah, there's some pretty big things coming in Ohio. Some very, very big things, much bigger than just contempts in regards to all of the violations from Crook and Lynette, but huge third party. And when I'm saying huge, I'm talking walrus sized, like walrus size, huge, coming out of Ohio. Very significant. And I will say this at the same time, while George and I, we keep a straight face and a smile, and we like to laugh on the live, I will state that this is not fun for us. As a matter of fact, we had a huge meeting, and during that meeting, George was crying the entire time. And afterwards, we went out to get a meal, which was right next door to the legal office. And even then, George was still crying. And then even then, the stress of it all, George was still crying the next day. And so, the stress of it.
The waitress thought that she did something wrong.
Yeah. And I was like, no. We were just next door with our legal team. We have stalkers. They're just horrible, horrible people. We're just in a very stressful time in our lives right now. And I guess Just Jay Hip is too, because he just sent $5 more and said, "You're a terrible boss." I'm sorry, Just Jay. I'm sorry. I have employed well over 1,000 people in my professional tenure. I have hired and fired well over 1,000 people. More on the hire, very few fires. And so I will say that there are some who will tell you I'm a horrible boss, and there are some that will tell you that I'm an incredible boss. So you're on the side of the horrible boss. I'm sorry.
So we have that to look forward, where the Ohio judge will find them guilty.
Oh, that's a given. That's the evidence all speaks for itself. It's as it has, and it continues to do. The evidence is all there. We don't just say things like other people. We actually showed the truth, the evidence. So there are big things brewing. And so I would say that thank you, Michelle. Appreciate that $20. And yes, that is the picture that Dr. Crystal finished back there. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, Dr. Crystal hand delivered it to me today.
Beautiful. I'm just in awe how beautiful it is. But there are significant things coming from Ohio, and there's significant things in the federal case as well. Maybe we should do, how much fan mail do you want to do before we talk about federal case?
So I have a ton of mail, but I can open as much as I can and maybe save some for next week. What do you think?
I think let's summarize the time in Ohio as we had very, very, very good meetings with the legal team in Ohio. They are very, very, very upset with what Deuce has done, which is the story over and over and over again from everybody. And they are extremely upset with what everybody has done in this case, not George and myself. And they are going to war and to battle in the courts. And that is reassuring for George and I, because obviously Florida has done nothing for us. We have $340,000 accrued already in legal fees, and we'll probably be at $1 million, if not $1.5 million, if not $2 million, when it's all said and done with. And it would be great if we could get everything said and done with this year. It'd be great if our property would sell and we don't even have to take care of it. We don't even have to drive down that road by those freaks anymore. Not to say that other freaks haven't threatened that they're coming to, you know, put projectiles in my eye and we should sleep with firearms under our pillow, which are very serious threats as well that are being dealt with in the courts. And not only that, we got revenge corn that is under investigation in New York, under investigation in Florida, and is going to be dealt with in Ohio. And so there's quite a bit going on, quite a bit. Kasha, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Kasha is a local in Chiefland, and we appreciate their support very much so.
Yeah. You know, there's one thing to defend clients that were solicited, but the way Deuce has handled it, it's always been a personal vendetta.
Well, it's one thing to defend a client. It's another thing to become a defendant in a federal suit. And it seems like that's what they all want. They all want to become defendants.
Yeah. He only inserted himself in this because it became a personal vendetta, because no one wanted to cover his corrupt judge story, and they were covering your corrupt judge story instead. And so it became a personal vendetta, in my opinion. But the way he's acting, like all of his motions are all based on emotions. Very little evidence, or he'll twist words and twist it into a different narrative. And the delusions are real. The delusions are there just like his own clients.
As I've said before, birds of a feather flock together. And the insanity that comes out of these people's mouths, what they post, and the further incrimination. This is the thing. I hope people understand, especially in federal suit number 2. Do you understand how easy it is to tie in all the conspiracy aspects and the tortoise interference with the business? Joyce, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. They constantly, I mean, some days it's hard to even keep up with all the screenshots. I mean, I got a legal journal every single day, everything they do. This is all going into court. Constantly shows every screenshot, all the conspiracy. They don't shut up. And that's even while we were in Ohio, our legal team in Ohio is going, you got to be kidding me. These people, what? Who's that dumb? We went, hey, there you go. They are. Karen, thank you so much for the super sticker.
Yeah. Crazed ex-fan, unhinged neighbors who were told no, and then that's where she spiraled out of control. So again, if you're going to cover the story and you're going to do a timeline, do an accurate timeline, and go as far back as when she invited herself to our $500,000 Time to Grill event in March of 2023, try to get the admission fee waived by saying, I'm going to bring a tortoise. And then the moment you told her no donations at the event, this is not that type of event, that's when she spiraled.
Well, and I think most people think it just affects me and you. And it definitely affects me and you. And in a very, very negative way, as they are attempting to destroy my income, which is also your income, which is Deanna's income, Patient's income, Christian's income, Kaylin's income, and I could go on and on to other people that people don't know off screen. And so there are other people who have income. And so they're not just destroying my income, they're destroying everybody in the trickle effect. Now they also want to destroy all my relationships. And to that fact, Do you understand? I haven't been with my ex-wife 2014. 2014, I haven't been with my ex-wife. The harassment she has received, she had to change her number and contact information because of these fools. My ex-wife. Do you guys, can you wrap your head around this? Now, don't get me wrong. She's the mother of my children, and she will always be, and nobody can take that away. She should have never, ever had to change her information, do anything for her own protection, and yet she has had to because of this. And so, to the point of somebody that hasn't even been in my life consistently since 2014, 11 plus years, she's had to change all of her contact information because of these freaks. James Miles, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. It trickles down to so many people who have been harassed. I see Jessica Kruger is in the chat, who have been harassed, defamed, and it constantly goes on. Jessica Kruger has been attacked. Just J Hip has been attacked, and so many more. Helen, thank you.
Don't forget Deanna when Lynette lied about having inappropriate relations across the street from the property. I would like to see that evidence.
So Lynette,
this is the same woman who told Levy County that there's a camera in the birdhouse. I would like for her to show how there's even a camera in the birdhouse. Good luck finding it.
I'd like to know too, Becky. Thank you so much. Lynette, the woman who's telling Levy County deputies that Deanna and What You Doing Willis are doing it.
She told them, police, that not in these words, that they were doing the horizontal polka across the street from her property. So wouldn't the camera in the birdhouse catch that?
Well, wouldn't her own cameras catch it, as she has them pointed at our property? But she says that's legal, but any cameras I have aren't legal.
She did tell the same cop that she has two cameras, one facing this way and one facing that way, which is your property, both sides, and that she's submitting videos to Beecham every day. So where are those? But how come that all that what the nonsense that she's claiming and alleging is? Why doesn't she have it on film?
Ro, thank you for the super chat, and Karen, thank you for the super sticker, and Just Jay, thank you for another super chat as well. Yeah, the insanity of it all. I mean, if you're going to make all these allegations, at a bare minimum, show some evidence. If not, you're going to continue to be in court for defamation constantly. And
instead, her own camera catches her jumping out of a Jeep Gladiator. I'm sorry, but if you're disabled, you can't do that.
Oh my goodness, the insanity of it all.
Landing on both feet and then running to open the gate and then running back, running to the police, running to Channel 20 News.
Yeah, the craziness of it all. I'll tell you. So we've kind of touched base on Ohio already. There are huge things coming in Ohio. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, oh man, you know what I forgot? Uncle Eddie and Aunt Shauna, if you're watching, I know I promised I would be at your place tomorrow with the bedroom suite, with the trailer. Completely and totally forgot. Remember what I told you today, that space isn't an issue, time is? And I couldn't make it out today. And I said I will make it there tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I forgot I have to go to the law office tomorrow. And so I think I can still make it. So Uncle Eddie and Aunt Shauna, if you're watching, I think I can still make it.
He was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he is now.
Okay. I just remembered that I have to go. I have to go Monday. And but they said you didn't have to be there, but I do. Gina, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have to climb out of my Gladiator. I can't jump.
Well, for my Jeep, I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Like I even have to kind of like boost myself out, and the Gladiator is even higher.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. How is she disabled again with spine issues and whatever made up story she's claiming?
Ozzy, thank you so much. I told you what my Aunt Shauna got for a new vehicle, right?
No.
Yes.
No. They just got
a white Jeep Gladiator.
No.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. I was out there yesterday and they were showing me pictures and it's getting wrapped. I'm like, no, too soon, no. And they were like, it's okay, it's getting wrapped. You better wrap it fast.
Wrap it with what?
With the business for the dog training. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And Aunt Patty says maybe she's got an ejector seat. Still, she lands on her feet. It ejects, and then she's shot out of the passenger seat, lands on her feet. Which, by the way, the two fleas are the ones who released that footage, or else I would have never known.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, it's amazing how they keep giving us more evidence and more evidence and more evidence and more. Like, literally, it's becoming difficult for me to even keep up with the evidence. And I'm literally to the point today, I was like, you know what? I don't even think I need all that anymore. There's so much. There's so much. And it's I can't wrap my mind around how stupid you have to be. Literally how stupid you have to be. It's wild. It's wild. So Ohio is beautiful. It's green. Thank you, Polar Spark. And we had very profitable and very I think very, what's the word I'm looking for? Productive meetings with the legal team in Ohio and what's about to come. Like, literally, it's coming. Like, it's coming this week. And there is a lot coming this week. And then, you know, being back home in Ohio, there's always the massive cleanup from not being here consistently for 6 months, and getting the she shed cleaned up, getting the house cleaned up, especially after the whirlwind of my uncle and aunt's auction with the Star Wars. My goodness, we had that everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah. Well, don't forget the warehouse. The warehouse got cleaned too. And the trailer. You got an empty trailer now.
So the trailer, I finished cleaning the trailer yesterday. One of the warehouse buildings got cleaned. I see Shizzy Wiznut is in the chat as well. And Shizzy goes, I thought I was the only one that rides the short bus around here. Oh, no. There's plenty. Shizzy, there's plenty.
Isn't he the dean? He's the dean of the short bus, I think.
He's Papa Nut right there. And so she shed is like 95% cleaned out. One building of the warehouse for the kids is cleaned like 95%. And then we got to do the other building this upcoming week. The trailer is cleaned. There's so much to do. And when I have projects that big, I break them down and try and break them down into smaller tasks. So like, even being in the house, when you're not in a home for 6 months, even though there were people here, like Kaylin was staying here she stayed here a couple weekends. She was working on another movie, another blockbuster, and Kaylin was working on another movie while we were in Florida, and she stayed here. And then she's been here helping as soon as I got back, and she'll be back probably next weekend or week after. I got to touch base with her still, but she was working on a major movie in Canton, Akron, and she was here. And when I got home, I'm like, man, how did she do this? There's bugs everywhere. There's dead mice underneath the crawl space. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't handle this. And so, but she did okay. But being back, what I do is I break everything down into smaller projects. So it's one room a day gets deep cleaned. So I've got the shoe room deep cleaned, the master bedroom deep cleaned, except for my bed sheets. I never do that. And then I took the leaf blower and I leaf blowed the staircase, the maple staircase going up to the master bedroom, and I leaf blew that so it all fall down. So when I get to the guitar hallway, then I can just vacuum it all up. And I see what you're doing, Willis. That's a huge project that has to get done. The tools. That's a big one that needs to get done. Man, that unit from Pennsylvania and all the tools, my goodness, that has to get done this year. I have to get all the toys organized and get the doo-doo brown couch, the book reading room all back together. There's a lot of things to do. Why don't we how about I open
get the chat too?
Is Tug in here?
Is he in the chat, or are they just talking about the live from last night? I haven't watched his live from last night, but I've heard about it.
Now Willis is saying I'm it. No, you're it, Willis. Get on a plane and come and play tag like a man.
Do you want to know how Travis did me dirty last time? The last time he helped us with an auction, he tagged me live during an auction. I have to get him back. I got to get them back.
Thank you. So for those who don't know, Travis is looking to leaving on a jet plane, coming over to Hale's headquarters. And so I've got some plans. I'm going to take them up to Kelly's Island. We're going to go Petoskey stone hunting and all kinds of things. Look, Mayor Dan said, I'll tag him. Mayor Dan, you ain't got the code. Nobody has the code. There is a, let me think, how many people have the code? I have the code to get in, the security. George has the code. Kaylin has the code. Christian has the code. Patience has the code. And Christine. That's it. 6 people.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not talking about Christine Roman Noodles. 6 people have the code. That's it. 6 people, right? That's it. 6 people. Nobody else gets the code. And by the way, we love our neighbors here, and they love us. They spoil us. Joanne gave me the biggest hug when I got back. It's so loving, and they're just so incredible. Dan even came up on his 4-wheeler today, and he said, "Hey, I saw that out of a shotgun in one of the garages, which is not unusual. There's firearms everywhere." He's like, "How much you want for that?" I was like, "Why don't you just do a small project for me and you can just have it?" He's like, "Perfect." So I was like, "I don't know what the job is, but just go take it." But we love our neighbors here, and they've tried to get the code from us. Nobody gets the security code. Employees get the security code. That's it.
They don't really need the code. They can just hop over.
Well, that's true too. They can just hop right over. They can go over the hillside with the 4-wheeler. So that works out well for them. So what if I go through some of the fan mail that I have here in Ohio, and then we can talk about the federal court updates? And then we can maybe we do the Florida mail next week or when I fly down, because we've got court in just a couple weeks for the thumbnail case in Florida. I got a feeling that this is from Lady Tammy. I heard Bruce might show up. Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. Never happen. Okay. Except we are going to talk about Deuce and his pro hoc vice lawyer. You know what? What's that? Keep fighting the good fight. There you go, right there. I will say this while we have that, Bruce. Deuce, who is a proud, okay, now, by the way, we never talk about politics on What the Hales. As a matter of fact, generally speaking, I've known you, George, for almost 7 years?
2018.
Okay, so how many times have we even talked about politics in 7 years?
We've talked about how people have tried to unalive Trump. That's as far as our talk about politics goes.
All right, so to be very clear, George and I don't talk politics. I don't talk politics, okay? And I don't care what side anybody falls in politically. I just don't care. I don't care. And so you can hold your belief and your value system. Just don't push it on me, and respect mine, and I'll respect yours. And that's where we're at. We respect it. So here's the funniest part to me, okay? And understand this has nothing to do with politics. Deuce is so proud of being a left-wing liberal. He is so extremely proud of being this left-wing ultra-liberal. And he's gone and hired a Connecticut lawyer who is a very right-wing, strong, huge MAGA supporter. Huge! Which is so crazy to me, because Deuce is so adamant about who he is and what side he's on, as he solicits Lynette and Crook, who are 100% MAGA supporters. They will spit it in your face. And now Deuce has hired a lawyer who is a 100% MAGA. He's got it all over his social media. Please explain that one to me. Corton Witt, thank you so much for the super sticker. Okay. This came in the mail and with a note, cast iron, and it says,
"Oh, is that from Obi?"
It's for Conky. Yep,
it's from Obi.
That's from Obi for Conky. Super cool. I'll make sure Conky gets that. I just got a few more. Most of them are for you for your birthday. By the way, seems like we've had birthday cake on almost every single live this past month. And I know there's more birthdays out there. And so if you guys want to get some cake and eat some ice cream, I was eating some ice cream today in celebration of loved ones' birthdays as well. I had to go to Walmart. I was starving. I had not eaten. There was no food in the house. And I actually gave Georgia's son, Joey, like 15 pounds of chicken nuggets because I bought the wrong chicken nuggets. And so I was like, well, take these, Joey. All right, dear George, I love watching you on What the Hales. I'm sitting here at my computer watching you and Jeremy talk about Deuce and Lynette. Your very beautiful smile and personality. It seems older you get, the two of you seem to enjoy your life even more. Happy birthday, George. And from Terry K. Taylor, thank you so much. Happy birthday. And $2. $2 right there. I'm going to guess legal fees. Terry, if these are for George, just let me know and I'll mail those to her, or I'll take them down when I fly down to Florida. All right, from Allie, you know, not alligator, Allie Heard. And Allie says, hi, What the Hales? I think the best place for Allie is, well, Allie, that may be, I'm not even going to say the name of the organization right now. There's been some destruction in those relationships as well. With there's been a couple of different people that have contributed to destroying those relations, Guano being one of them. And so, and then obviously some others. This says, from a friend, from a friend, Jeremy Box #1. Danielle Oatmeal said, gee, if you haven't opened mine, then they'll go bad. Uh-oh, you got to look for Danielle Oatmeals. Look at this.
Okay.
Look for Danielle Oatmeals while I'm opening these. Holy garbage pail box. This is bookworms. I don't see a note in here, but wow. Check that out. Whoever sent them, thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. Truly, truly appreciate it. I have a feeling it was probably Jay, not just Jay. Okay, got another one here. This looks like it's for George. Happy birthday, George. Love you and miss you. Stay warm, my sister. Christine Roman Noodles. Okay, let's see what we have here, George. Are you ready?
Yeah.
As you're looking, look here. Here we go. Happy. Oh!
That's awesome. Oh my God, I love the lights.
That's from Roman Noodles.
I love it. Does it play music?
Well, you got to listen.
The lights are really cool. I can't hear it, but it's an awesome card.
You can't hear that?
No. Oh, I hear it now. I hear it now. That's so cool. The noodles, thank you.
But there's more. Oh my goodness, she got you a soft robe. Oh my goodness. A satin robe.
Wow.
Look at that. Wow. Roman Noodles, as if she wasn't spoiled enough, but then Roman Noodles went above and beyond and got George some chocolate cookies as well.
Hey now, Deborah Thomas is in the chat. She goes, Jeremy, was it oatmeal cream pie ice cream? I don't know. Dee did put some stuff away for me in the fridge because she'll prep the packages to make sure it's appropriate to show on the live, but we're still surprised.
So to be clear, in Florida, you send anything to Florida, it all gets prepped by Dee or it gets prepped by volunteer.
Jessica will do it if she's here.
So and things in Ohio get prepped by Christian and Patience. So there are times that people have sent things to do damage to us or to embarrass us and things along those lines. Listen, all you're doing is embarrassing yourself and you look like the fool and then it gets good. And so, but no, it wasn't oatmeal cream pie, unfortunately. It was Ben & Jerry's. It was cheesecake. It was something cheesecake. I have no food in the house and I was so hungry. I was like, you know what? I probably should go to Walmart and get some food. And so I finally did that today. Like it could not be put off any longer.
Danielle, is it a dress from you? I've got Jerry helping me look through the boxes right now.
Can't find it?
Well, I don't know if it came directly from Amazon or if it came directly from her.
It's from Amazon.
Amazon.
She said. Okay. Amazon. And George Mitchell said, Jeremy, did you see that box I sent you? That is a good question, George. If it's, don't know that it's been here yet. Don't know that it's been here yet. We'll have to see. And she's looking. She's looking.
All right. So here's the box from Amazon. Look at the propeller.
That would go bad if you don't open it.
There's no note. So whoever sent this, thank you. This is definitely going for the business.
The business. Which, by the way, the condos are booked solid in the month of May. There are still some openings in June. And the pool is back up and running. And the hot tub will be up and running soon. Oh, Mayor Dan, you're bacheloring too? Oh my goodness.
Oh, I found it. Well, Jerry found it for me. Thank you, Jerry. It says from the oatmeal. Brownie brittle.
Oh,
caramel.
that stuff's good.
Reese's popcorn.
Oh, Dana sent the GPK. Oh my goodness, Dana, you spoil us.
Snickerdoodle cookies.
No way.
Jerry says he wants one. Yes, Jerry, help yourself. Any snacks that you guys send us, we always share with our volunteers and our friends that come to visit.
Wow, oatmeal. Oatmeal, are you a top tier member? Because, oh my goodness. Oatmeal, if you're a top tier member, we did a members live stream today, which was a ton of fun, by the way. Except I called George afterwards. I was like, hey, I got members only done, and I released the video for members only, and it's updates on what's going on with work and everything. And I was like, you know what? That's the kind of members only lives that I like to do, because at heart, I feel like God's given me a gift of teaching, and it was fun. And I know there's some in the chat that were part of that live stream today. It was fun teaching others how to generate income by searching for the right evidence to actually generate that income. And so, but one of the things we found, oatmeal, was a giant bucket of oatmeal. It was crazy.
Poopsie sent these and said to sell them and use the money for legal fees. Poopsies.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Mayor Dan, we'll do dinner for sure, because just not Wednesday. Mayor Dan will do is graduation for softball. Okay. Yeah, just let me know, Mayor Dan. We'll go to Winking Lizard. And you already know what I'm gonna order. It's gonna be chicken nuggets. Wow. Wow.
This one came from New Jersey, but there's no note. This is cute.
That's
really
cool.
Cute. Thank you to whoever sent that.
What do you want to talk about the federal cases?
Let's see. The federal judge specifically told everyone involved not to file any more motions unless it was an emergency.
Yep.
And guess who ghost wrote a motion for Crook to file?
Yep. Mayor Dan says, catch up. You know it, Mayor Dan. So
you honestly think Crook was going to put in the footnote that his previous attorney wrote that before discharging them?
Crook puts it in there. Crook literally puts it in there.
No, Crook did not put that in there. Deuce put that in there. Crook, all he did was submit it.
I get it. So
under Deuce's control, Crook went ahead and submitted the ghost written motion for summary judgment, which got struck in.
Dana, thank you for the garbage pail kids. You're grounded, Dana, for sending so many garbage pail kids.
Obi sent this. It was from her dad's collection. She said use for whatnot or whatever and decide. Another box of goodies. Oh, Obi, you're the best.
So Crook files not one motion, two motions. Doesn't sign the first one. Obviously, he didn't draft them. Anybody can figure that out, including the magistrate. Now we have, in federal one, we have a conference call on the 29th, which I will be a part of. And if you caught what the judge stated, And he is a judge, even though we say magistrate and judge, he is a judge over this case right now.
He's a magistrate judge, yeah.
He's a district judge. He's a magistrate judge. And so the judge stated other things are going to be discussed. Now, I can already tell you, I've already given my legal team a number of things. We'll just do that we'll do that next week or when I fly down. But
Thank you, Jack's mom.
I already gave a list of items that our legal team is going to be discussing, and one of them is specifically that the judge must treat pro se litigants the same as attorneys, and it has already been stated over and over and over again in this case, no more filings or there will be sanctions, and we will be pushing for complete and total sanctions on the federal court case #1 against Crook. We also will be bringing up the aspect of indigent, and yet all this money has been given and hasn't been claimed on taxes. Now,
another thing that was brought up in the federal filings was that Lynette wrote his one filing saying that he doesn't have the means to write. That's why I have to write it for him. So I highly doubt that Crook put anything in a footnote in what he submitted. Remember, Lynette threw him under the bus and said he doesn't know how to type like this. He doesn't have the means, whatever that means.
Well, and here you got Lynette stating that Crook can't even write anything or type anything. You got Marli Huge going to Ace Hardware in Chiefland to print stuff out. How insane! How insane! How can you live in 2025 and not have a printer in your home?
Well, especially if she spends all day, every day on the internet.
Right. Literally, the woman can't leave the house on the internet.
She's addicted to the internet. I think it's appropriate to say she's addicted to the internet, and she's addicted to inserting herself into other people's lives.
Like, the mental unhingedness is just out of control. So she spends all day, every day online creating problems for other people, stirring up drama, but yet she doesn't have a printer. You live your life online, but you can't print. You got to go to Ace Hardware to print.
Well, this is the woman that confirmed this. This is also the woman that confirmed that Crook did accidentally touch the child. It was an accident and just brushed it off like, meh, it was an accident.
Yeah, we got all those screenshots as well for court. Absolutely. I want to be clear. There are in the federal case, even though it is civil in nature, there are criminal activities that we are going to be pursuing as well against individuals. And so you're going to see that aspect. False fundraising, illegal fundraising under Florida law. Where is the money? And so we have this whole aspect now for those, and it's very minute for those that are keeping up on any internet drama with the donor who gave the money and all of this. Here's what I have to say to Dave the donor, okay? Dave has apparently given us super chats in the past. Thank you. If you want your money back, we'd be glad to give it back. Give us a tally and a total. We'll give you your money back because, frankly, we don't want dirty money, okay? We don't want money that is so disgusting of what you've done thus far. But what I can say is thank you for funding their lawyers, because every penny you give towards them, every dollar you give towards them for their lawyers, that leaves the pool afterwards once there's a judgment. And if we get a judgment and potential millions of dollars, all the money you're giving to pay the lawyers, that means that everything else is left. So thank you for spending your money on nothing, first of all. All the evidence is there. It isn't take a rocket scientist to figure out these people are guilty. And thank you for preserving everything else that they own and have so that afterwards the federal government will come in and seize it all. It'll go up for auction and funds will then be given to us if we get a judgment in that regard. So I will say that, I mean, the one aspect, Dave the donor, you want your money back, anything you've given us in the past, you just let us know. Give us a ledger. I'll give it straight back to you. You know what? And I will also send a thank you saying, hey, thanks for funding all their legal expenses, because at the end of it, that means they still have stuff that the government can seize to pay off what they're going to owe us if a judgment is made for us. And so that's great. That's great. And I truly believe everybody should have legal representation. You know, it's a very difficult thing for us to wrap our head around that Deuce is no longer their lawyer, because Deuce was the perfect lawyer that you want on the opposing side. Like, perfect.
Well, it's like someone that fakes their own death. He faked his own firing because it prevented the magistrate from revoking his pro hoc vice status. Bottom line, it's so obvious.
Which is still most likely going to be taken away. Now, I know a lot of people are going, well, why is the judge stalling in federal case number 1? It's because Deuce actually filed to have the judge removed. Well, the magistrate cannot order or put in an order, deny or grant on that.
Wait, I have a question before you go on. Why would Deuce file a motion to have the magistrate judge removed if they were winning? Remember, they were winning. Remember, Lynette said we're winning, and every time a motion, there was a decision made on the motion, what the Hale system said that it was a big win. Somehow they spun it and said it was a big win. So why would he need to remove the magistrate? I'm confused.
Well, riddle me this. Why would he have to remove himself once the magistrate wasn't removed? So he got so scared he removed himself, and now he's a defendant. And
he was afraid of getting arrested. He put it in the federal filing.
So and I honestly believe he eventually it's going to build up to that. So the reason why he hasn't ruled on that yet, the reason why sanctions haven't come down yet, the reason why the hearing isn't there for pro hoc vice is because the district judge over the magistrate in Pensacola is the one that's going to rule on Deuce's motion whether to remove the magistrate or not. Now, there is no evidence for removing. There is no reason for removing the magistrate. Okay.
There's no merit, just like all his motions.
Correct. There's no merit. So once the district judge above him, his boss, rules on that, then all the sanctions are coming. Pro hoc vice. There's going to probably be a federal hearing in front of that same judge for Deuce's pro hoc vice status. All the sanctions, all of it. I mean, there's going to be a tremendous amount coming. So once that boss judge, and that's the best way I can describe it for everybody, I'm trying to put everything, the cookies on the bottom shelf. Once the boss makes that ruling, there are some things, everybody goes, well, George is the boss of what the Hales. And in all reality, there's a lot of things that she is the boss of. There are a lot of things that I don't even touch and she takes care of. But there are things that she comes to me with and she goes, listen, we can't move forward until you make a decision on this. And that's the exact same thing that is happening in the federal court. The magistrate judge in Pensacola is going to the district judge, his boss, the boss, and saying, we can't do anything until you make a ruling on this. And it's because of that motion that Deuce made to have the magistrate removed. I do believe 100% is going to be denied. And then you're going to see sanction, pro hoc vice hearing. It's going to get crazy. And there's been so much illegal activity, and there's been criminal activity, that there are things in the federal 2 filing specifically so that we can get discovery and evidence to file for criminal punishments as well. And so look at the fundraising. I mean, the fundraising is the easiest one. Look at the revenge corn. That's super easy. So we've got illegal fundraising. We've got revenge corn. I could keep going on and on and on in the list, but there's a tremendous amount of stuff happening in Ohio, tremendous amount of stuff happening in the federal cases.
Thanks, Jeff.
And
so I have to get going to set up for Whatnot. If you haven't downloaded Whatnot yet, join our live auctions, you guys. We're giving away $100. Plus, we're having a huge gold, silver, and coin auction. And you get $15 free to spend anywhere on the app once you download it using our invite link, which I've posted in the live chat.
Do not leave yet. Don't leave yet. If you watch your phone, if I text you and say you have to end the live stream.
Well, I'm ready to end it now, unless you're going to keep talking.
Well, it sounds like we're ending it then. You mean we're jumping right over to sell silver and gold?
Yes, I need to set up for that.
Okay. All right. So join us. There's a link. Join us. We're going to sell silver, gold. I'm going to be running the auction behind the scenes like Deanna usually does. And George and auctioneer Jerry are going to be running the actual auction. Look, they even got these retro shirts on. You're going to have an opportunity to bid on those. And with that being said, come join us at the auction. How about 75? Let's do this. Come on over. Let's have some fun.